Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Brent. Welcome to episode uh, number 31 of my show, Wrestling with Brent. As usual, I'm going to be going over AEW shows last night and MLW Fusion and Ring of Honor from Saturday. Also, just have a little bit of wrestling talk too. Um, you all know Raw was Monday night. It was again a terrible show. It was very just awful, just very bland, boring, just kind of ugh. It was tough to watch. Um, I love Charlotte. I like the storyline with her, even though the whole thing with Ric Flair and Lacey Evans is a little weird. I guess I do like that storyline. I usually like the Alexa Bliss, Bray Wyatt stuff. I wasn't feeling it Monday night. I couldn't get into it. Her acting, she does a really good job with it. Uh, I don't know. I just thought the whole thing kind of boring and just kind of stupid. I just wasn't feeling it like I usually am with her. Um, Yep, so there you have it. Raw, just another usual, Monday night, just blah. Yep. Ring of Honor from Saturday was very good, especially the main event. It was uh, Ray Horse versus Dragon Lee. It was a very good match. Been a fan of Dragon Lee since I discovered him, recently a few months ago, and he's just very fun to watch. I really like the Ray Horse guy too. They're both very athletic luchadors. Can do a lot of all the flying around, can do all the flips, do all the moves. It was just a very, very cool, very competitive match. I really liked. It was a good match. I really liked it. They did some stuff I had never seen before. It's like as far as some of the flips and hurricane runs and stuff, which is very cool. Uh, Also, come to find out, because I just happened to look it up, because one of the announcers mentioned it. Dragon Lee is buddies with Roosh. So I thought that was cool. I didn't know that. So, yeah. Also, NXT was last night. It was okay. Um, they finally had the fight pit match that got postponed because of COVID a couple weeks ago, a couple weeks back. They had it last night. It was a good match. Timothy Thatcher won. He beat Tommaso Ciampa. It was a good match. He made Tommaso Ciampa tap out. Um, Also, was announced that Priscilla Kelly has signed with NXT. She's one of my favorites, one of my favorite women wrestlers. Yep, so she's got a new name. I think it's like Gail something. Uh, yeah, so I was hoping she was going to go to AEW, but she's in NXT, so hopefully she'll do good there. And I'm feeling she'll do good. I just hope she gets the opportunity to do good. So we'll see. Uh, all right, so here we go. Let's go into the show reviews. So I'm going to start first with Ring of Honor. The first match they had was Flip Gordon versus Rhett Tyson, a Pure Rules match. It was a long match, 14 minutes and 46 seconds. I really liked it. I thought it was a good match. Rhett Titus, although I liked the character, I just always kind of thought of him as a joke, kind of. Um, he really opened my eyes in this match. He really showed what he could do. I thought in this match, showed a more serious side to him, very physical. He was in great shape. He really took the fight to Flip Gordon. Was a good match. I liked it. I'm a big fan of Flip Gordon. Yes, it was a very good match. Flip Gordon won. He won, beat Brett Tyson in a Pure Rules match. It was a good match. I liked it. Of course, the second match I told you was actually a Ring of Honor World Television Championship match. Dragon Lee versus Ray Horse, and I told you Dragon Lee beat him. It was a very good match. I really liked it. Just really back and forth. It just had a lot of really cool moments and just kind of make you go, wow. It was just one of them matches. It was very exciting. I really liked that match. It was very good. Uh, there was another really good Ring of Honor episode. As I've been saying it for weeks, Ring of Honor's just been killing it ever since they came back from the pandemic. I mean, they've just been killing it. Another good show. I liked it. Just cause that match was really good, I'd maybe give this maybe a six, 6 point. Let's go 6.5 out of 10. 6.5 out of 10 for Ring of Honor. A good show. I liked it. Uh, all right, now on to AEW. This AEW show was very kind of different. It wasn't horrible. It wasn't terrible. But to be an AEW show, it was kind of mediocre in AEW terms, but still good. Still better than Raw. It's still better than your typical WWE show. Um, yeah. Um, Also, there was a couple botches I noticed, and I told you before I don't really complain about botches, but I did notice them. It was a Matt Hardy botch and a Chris Jericho botch. Uh, Matt Hardy needs to be careful, just get out of the ring if he's not. Seems like every time he's in the ring now, especially since he's been in AEW, he's always getting hurt somehow or botching. He just needs to be more careful, maybe slow down. Uh, Jericho, he's just, he drinks a lot. He's a grown man. He does what he wants to do. Uh, Probably doesn't allow up the booze, and just get in shape a little more, and he wouldn't have the little mess ups that he has. But I mean, he's old, but I mean, he's still good. He just had a couple missteps. He's pretty lost a step, but I mean, he's still better than most. He's still entertaining. On the microphone and when he's in skits and when he's on commentary, or even just in wrestling, he's just a very entertaining guy. Very charismatic. So he just needs to be careful too. Him and Matt Hardy's both older. I just wish they'd be more careful. Um, all right, so here we go. Uh, so the beginning of Dynamite opens with they're doing negative one's birthday celebration. They had a cake for him, the Dark Order, Brody Lee Jr., Brody Lee's son. Uh, so it was cool. Luther interrupted. They've been going at it on AEW Dark. So this was cool. Cool the segment. Luther interrupted and said, "We're going to ruin your birthday." Burley Jr. Said, "My birthday was actually Monday, you idiot." So I thought that was funny. Had some funny lines in it. And Burley also ended up hitting one of them, Serpentico let on with a kendo stick in the head. That was pretty cool. And Luther got sent to a cake, so that was cool. This basically led into a brawl and a match. Um, Hangman Page and Dark Order versus Hybrid 2 and Chaos Project. Luther and Serpentico was the Burley Jr. birthday match. I liked it. It was a good match. Fun match. John Silver really showed more of what he could do. Hangman Page done really well. He come out with a big crossbody before the match started and just kind of leaped himself into that body, and it was really cool looking. Just looked really cool how he done it and the way it was shot. Came across really cool. Um, Hangman also did that moonsault that he does off the top rope, where he does it to the outside. He landed on everybody and took everybody out. This what it was what it was. It was a good little fun match. I liked it. Uh, Dark Order really looked dominant during the match. Page powerbomb Jack Evans into the crowd. Like I said, Luther ended up going through the birthday cake. Uh, Dark Order got the win off a buckshot ladder and a roll up. Um, so Dark Order got the win. Dark Order won. Um, like I said, Brody Lee Jr. hit Serpentico with a kendo stick right between the eyes. It was really cool. Uh, Now this is led into more of John Silver trying to get Page recruited to the Dark Order. It's been going on for weeks on being the elite, and he said he would give him a decision this week, or they kind of forced him into it. Hangman Page says no and walks away. And as they're getting ready to celebrate, and they were having music and people come out and streamers and stuff, and it was funny how they had to push people back in the tunnel. I thought that was funny. Um, yep. But Hangman said no, and basically this has been going on for months. Jake DeMarco said it last night during Joe Cohen's stream that it's been going on for months, and basically AEW's been trying to recruit members. Um, yeah, so I agree with Jake DeMarco. He says he didn't think Heyman Page was going to join the whole time, and I agree. I just think this is the way to just keep the Dark Order fresh. And like I said, Jake said, I hope they keep doing it and keep trying to recruit new members and bring new people in the group. That'd be fun. There's a lot they can do with that. Let's do a lot of, well, who we can get next, who we might get next. So yeah, I liked it. Yep. Uh, Now we have Marvez backstage. He interviewing with MJF and Jericho. MJF said he didn't want to cause dissension. Jericho said the match will break place together. Jericho says they'll win and calls Marvez an idiot. That was funny. Jericho's classic idiot line. Also, I thought it was funny. MJF made a crack on Marvez about his breath. Says his breath smelled something like sewer rat, a sewer rat's butthole or something like that. It was very funny. I just thought it kind of made me chuckle, just having to made me laugh. Just a really funny little uh, MJF remark. I thought it was funny. Uh, yep. Now we have back in the ring, Shivani introduces Sting. The Snowfall, Sting enters. Tony Schiavone introduces Darby Allin. Sting and Darby have a talk. Sting says Darby reminds him of himself and he likes it. Uh, he's the first public to say congratulations on for Darby being a TNT champion. Taz interrupted, complaining about baseball bats and belts being used by Allin and Sting since Team Taz are gentlemen. That his team was street fighters. Challenges Sting and Darby Allin to a street fight. Allin has become what you wished for, as it may just happen. They basically accepted the challenge. So it looks like we're going to eventually get, in some way or shape or form, maybe a cinematic match, maybe half cinematic, half shot. Probably recorded, edited parts. Sting and Darby Allin versus Team Taz in a street fight match. So that should be good. I'm looking forward to that. Um, I don't think Sting will be very involved. Like I said, it's a street fight match, so he could just be standing over there nearby, like in force type, with his bat, and maybe get a couple, get a good few shots in, kind of help Darby out. I don't think Sting will get too physical, just the way his neck and help and all is, him being 61, his age. But it should be a fun match, whatever they decide to do. Hope they do it safely. Um, And now we get a video package. It's the Young Bucks. They're going to the Elite meeting. They look for Kenny Omega. They find the old painting of him and Nick. It was funny. Don Callis shows up, said he had it commissioned. Bucks argued with Don Callis. Callis said Omega wasn't there. Callis says they're always welcome here. And he said it in a sarcastic manner. Uh, Nakazawa led Marvez out of the room. Bucks and Callis talk about how they've known Omega. Callis offered them a check to leave Omega alone. Callis added a zero to the check. Callis wants them to leave Kenny alone. Bucks say the checks aren't worth anything. That impact checks that Don Callis was giving them wasn't worth anything. So this was a cool little fun little segment. Callis just being more of his goofy, slimy manager character. And Callis is just doing a really good job in this role. I've always liked Don Callis. He just does a really good job in this role. He really helps Kenny out a lot and just goes along with Kenny's cleaner character, just being arrogant and obnoxious and just very cocky. Um, I just liked it. I thought it was a funny little segment. I thought the oil painting was a nice touch. And the way Cal's was just being so just, nonchalant, just so carefree and just so cocky about everything. I thought it was funny. So it was a cool little skit. I liked it. Um, uh, Next, we see Peter Avalon making an entrance in the ring. Cody entered. Peter Avalon's been getting sort of a push on the AEW Dark for a while now. Him and Brandon Cutler had that big battle where they Brandon Cutler finally beat him, and then Peter Avalon went. Him and Brandon Cutler both went on singles win streaks separately. Peter's developed his new character, Pretty Peter Avalon. So he does a really good job with it. He's really gotten better as a wrestler on AEW Dark. I feel Peter Avalon has really showed what he can do. A fun little fact a lot of people didn't know. If you've all never watched it, you guys remember the actor David Arquette. He's back in the wrestling now, and he's done a really good job training and everything, and really taking it serious, and worked on the indies a lot. A lot of hardcore matches. They did a documentary on him a few months ago, and I watched it. It was very good. If anybody's interested, it's called "You Can't Kill David Arquette." It was great. And in the documentary, Peter Avalon was one of his trainers. So I thought that was interesting. Uh, uh, so anyway, this led to the match. Like I said, Peter was making his entrance, and Cody entered. This match was Cody Rhodes versus Peter Avalon. Uh, Jade Cargill's music hit. She attacked Cody. Uh, well, she didn't really attack Cody. She just sort of come out and caused a distraction. That allowed Avalon to get a low blow on Cody. Um, so Jade just kind of stood there and made sure got the low blow and laughed and just kind of walked away. I just love her look and everything. She's just so tall and muscular and hot, and yeah. Um, so Avalon attacked Cody's knee. Cody got a little bit of a comeback, went up to the top rope. Avalon punched him and went for superplex. Avalon, they both took each other down for double clothesline. Uh, Avalon and Cody lock eyes. Cody was favoring his knee. Cody rakes Avalon's chest, but Avalon kicked him down. Dropped the knee, touched the leg. Avalon delivered a half crab. Cody followed out of it. Um, Cody got a sunset flip. Peter Avalon got a clothesline on Cody. Um, Peter Avalon also got a body slam on Cody. Got some punches in. Stomped Cody in the face. The crowd cheered for Cody. And basically it went down with Cody. Cody went for big before Avalon reversed. Cody reversed. Avalon punched. Then he tapped out. So Cody did like a figure four on him and was threatening to punch Avalon in the face, but Peter Avalon didn't want to get punched in the face. He's trying to protect his face. That's part of the character, his pretty face, Avalon. He don't like to get hit in the face. So Cody went like he's going to hit him in the face, and Peter Avalon didn't want to hit in the face, so he tapped. Yes, so this was a good little match. I liked it. Good match. Uh, so Cody got the win. Next, we get a promo from FTR. They're saying they're number one, but they need the belt. Jurassic Express interrupt them. Jungle Boy says he can't beat either one of them. Cash said he'll fight Jungle Boy next week. Luchasaurus says he'll be ringside to make sure nobody gets involved. Uh, so that's what that was. John Moxley entered from the crowd. Um, always looking intense and intimidating. Uh, So now we get a commercial break. And back from commercial, we have Moxley versus Nick Comoroto. Nick Comoroto's wrestled a lot recently on AEW Dark. I like his look. I think he's got some talent. He's going to be something down the road, Nick Comoroto. I thought Moxley looked good. This was a kind of quick little squash match. It was Moxley's first match in 2021. Was a good match. Had some cool moves, had some stretches in there. Moxley hit a German suplex. Towards the end, Moxley Moxley got a sleeper hold on Comoroto and passed him out. So Moxley went back to that choke out that he'd been doing, the sleeper hold where he chokes people out, just to be a little bit more aggressive. So there you have it, Moxley winning by choke out. He put the sleeper on Comoroto. Moxley grabbed the mic after the match, says anything can happen on Dynamite. Says he can't keep track of everything. Who's in the Bullet Club, who's in the Elite. Says Kenny has made it more fun, more bodies, bigger brawls, more violence. Said he loves it. Says you can bring whoever you want, but all roads lead through him. Uh, so that was cool. Dasha was backstage to interview Eddie Kingston. Uh, Kingston said he just fights, says he has to move on to Lance. Lance interrupted, shouts in Eddie's face. Eddie shouts back. Jake Snake says next week they'll be face to face. They'll be face to face, and Eddie leaves. So there you have it, Lance Archer and Eddie Kingston next week. So that should be a good match. Get a commercial. It was good to see Dasha on screen. She's just so beautiful. I always like seeing her. All right, so back from commercial. Alex Marvez is interviewing Kenny Omega. Omega and Callis compliment each other. Kenny sees Callis has a black eye. Callis says, "Don't worry about it, but let's let Bucks are responsible." So I thought that was funny. Funny little skit. I thought Kenny, he's really killing it with this character and having Don Cost by his side on them on screen together. It's just a very good duo. Make a very good team. Um, I like how they're doing this little storyline with the Bucks kid and all that. I like it. Um, yep. So now we have Matt Sydal. He enters with Top Flight. Matt Hardy, Private Party enter. Private Party number one contends to tag team titles. Um, I recorded and watched a little bit of it just because I wanted to see. Tuesday night, Private Party showed up on Impact um, with Matt Hardy, and they kept doing this whole Matt Hardy big money manager and Private Party taking money from them thing. And basically, what it led to was a match between Private Party and James Storm and James Storm and that was either no, it wasn't Alex Shelley, but it was the other guy, Chris Sabin, uh, and it was against Private Party. Matt Hardy's in their corner. The winner of that match, they would get to face the Good Brothers for the tag team titles, for the Impact tag team titles, and Private Party won, so they're going to face the Good Brothers. And after that, they all had a big ball in the ring to close Impact. Yep. So now that carries over into this match: Top Flight and Matt Sydal versus Private Party and Matt Hardy. Um, this was a good match. I thought I liked it. Um, Basically, how it ended: Sydal and Top Flight hit triple team moves. Hardy broke up the cover. Hardy distracted referee, and Quinn hit Top Flight with a tear. Cassidy hit Cassidy hit a top up move on top up and got the victory. The Private Party Matt Hardy got the win. I thought this was a good match, but like I said, Matt Hardy had that botch. Hopefully, he's more careful. Um, After the match, Private Party attacked Top Flight and Sydal. Hardy hit Twist of Fate to all three. Heel turn for Private Party, so they basically took on Matt with Matt's character, and they've all three turned heel together. So that was a nice little surprise. Yep, that was a good little match. Every time I see Top Flight, they just really impress me. So they get better and better every time I see them. Um, so yeah, it was a good match. Now they go to the inner circle locker room. MJF says match wouldn't be happening if it was up to him. Sammy says a lot of this wouldn't have happened if it was up to him. MJF said they're family and they have to succeed. MJF said he wants what's best for the group. MJF said he'll see them out there. Uh, The next match is Penelope Ford versus Layla Hirsch. I've liked Layla Hirsch. I've watched her a lot on Dark. She's got a lot of talent. Big fan of Penelope Ford. She's one of my favorites, women wrestlers. Um, Orange Cassidy, they make mention of him, show him a lot watching the crowd. He's had that feud going with Miro and Chuck Taylor and all them. Miro and Kip Sabian, excuse me. Uh, Basically, the winner of the match was towards the end. Hirsch got momentum. Uh, she got a big clothesline on Penelope. Uh, Hirsch dived to the outside to hit Miro, uh, but Kip and Taylor helped out. Um, But before got the win to help with help from Kip Saban. So Miro and Kip Saban helped before get the win. Just adding on to the feud. Uh, before got the win. After that, Miro bullied Chuck Taylor. He called him Charles down to make fun of him for being his butler. Uh, Miro said Charles needed to forget the past. Uh, he told Charles to tell Orange that Miro is his best friend now. Charles did that though through he did like he didn't really want to do it, like, kind of grit his teeth when he done it. Yes, and that's what that was. Uh, so backstage, we saw the Good Brothers. They attack Penta El Zero Miro, uh, and Kenny Omega gets it on action. They both attack Penta together. The Good Brothers and Kenny. Um, Next, we have MJF and Chris Jericho make the entrance for Wardlow. Crowd sees Judas, Sammy, and Hagar come next, and then the Red Rock from Sammy Hagar from Van Halen says they're his favorite tag team. Thought that was cool. Santana and Ortiz come out next. So now we have the match MJF and Jericho versus Sammy Guevara, Jake Hager, Santana and Ortiz. And the winner becomes the Inner Circle's official tag team. Um, this was a good match. MJF and Jericho got the win. Uh, Sammy Guevara looked really good in this match. He did a lot of um, hurricanranas, a lot of flips. Sammy Guevara was really on his game. He was just really all over the ring and just really getting moves in stride and just really impressive. He just did a really good job. Seems like he's another one. He's one of my favorites. He gets better and better every time I see him. He's just super talented guy. I've watched even some of his indie matches, and his indie matches are good. He did a seen if there's a match on YouTube, but intergender match, him and against Ponderosa, Sammy Guevara versus Ponderosa was very good. Suggest you watch it. It's a very fun match. Um, yes, it was a good match. I liked it. Um, Basically, it come down with Sammy and Jake Hager hit two top up moves. Ortiz broke a pin, or Santana and Ortiz looked good in this match also. Jericho sent Hager outside. Sammy hit knees and thrust kicks. MJF rolled Sammy up and grabbed tights. So MJF and Jericho got the win. Um, and it seems like they was running overtime because I think Jericho got hurt, so they were kind of they was rushing, and Jericho was kind of stalling and trying to hurry up or trying to hurry get off air so they wouldn't get fined or whatever. They ended just in time, so that's why it looked just a little rushed. But MJF and Jericho got the win. Um, Yep, so that was all for Dynamite. Like I said, this wasn't really a great show, but it wasn't a horrible show either. It wasn't terrible like, oh my god, this show sucked. It was an okay mediocre show for AW terms, but it's still better than most shows. So it was a good show. I liked it overall. I'd give it maybe about a 5.5, 6 out of 10. Um, I had to give it a 6 out of 10 just for Sammy's performance alone, and the skits and stuff were good. So it was a good show. I liked it. I give it a 6 out of 10. It was a good show. Wasn't not as great as they usually are, but it was a good show. I think next week should be better, and if not next week's, I know definitely in 2 weeks the AEW's Big Beats Bash should have come. I know that's going to be really good. Um, Yep. So usually that's why shows in between, right before a big event, usually not all that good anyway. Um, so it was kind of be to be expected, coming off of that night bash events, um, you know. But I thought this show was especially just, in little ways, it had little things in there with, storylines progressed. So like I said, I thought this was a good show, nothing great. Wasn't nothing like spectacular, but it was a good show, good wrestling show. Um, 6 out of 10. Uh, so yep, that's all for AEW. Now on the MLW Fusion. This was a good episode. Um, First match we had Davari versus. He's also the new member of Country Unit versus Senshi. Davari looked good. Sentry looked good, jobbing for him. Uh, Devoy basically got like a huge blow on Tenchi, and Devoy got the win. After the match, Devoy dropped a contra unit flag over Senshi. Uh, Backstage, Byron Reed warned contra unit that he and Jordan Oliver are fired up and are ready to prove to team and MLW that they've messed with the wrong group. Oliver faced Simon Gotch in a grudge match after the quick break, after the commercial break. Next, to do a video package in Puerto Rico, Xavier Vega calls out Richard Holiday, calls Richard Holiday a thief for stealing the Caribbean Heavyweight Championship. He issued a strap match for the title on next week's episode. So now we have the grudge match, Jordan Oliver versus Simon Gotch. It was a good match. I liked it. Both wrestlers looked good. Jordan Oliver looked good. Simon Gotch got a big Sato suplex on Jordan Oliver. Oliver got a big boot to the face in on Gotch. Basically, the referee ended up stopping the match, and Gotch got the win. So Simon Gotch is the winner. He beat Oliver. After the match, Gotch don't stop attacking Oliver. He drives Oliver's head into the cancel with a power driver. That looked nasty. That looked cool. Cool little power driver. Next, Team Filthy gets interviewed by Alicia Toot. Talked about the flirting allegations. Tom keeps hyping up his Filthy Island celebration that he's going to be doing. So that's still coming. To see what that's going to be. Next, they have another interview of Selena De La Renta and Alicia. Yep, so that's what that was. Marge Kruger still on the humpbackers on the Hammerstone. Said he wants Hammerstone in 2 weeks. Said his reign will come to a abrupt end. So they'll fight in 2 weeks, abrupt end. And it's going to be a Backley Brawl match. That should be interesting. Alicia Tout come back with an exclusive update on who attacked ACH last week. ACH informed Alicia that he heard Dominic Guarini's Team Filthy just before his attack. But he said his Team Filthy that attacked him. And then we get another video package, and they check with Richard Hart to see whether he accepts the Selena Vegas challenge. He said his lawyer has father informed not to sign the contract. Rich told his daddy to relax. He is going to take it, so they are going to fight next week. So, yep. Now for the main event. For the MLW World Heavyweight Championship, Jacob Fatu is undefeated with Delavar versus ACH. I believe he's undefeated. He's the longest MLW champion they've had. ACH, like I said, is Jordan Miles in NXT, talented guy. Jacob Fatu is very good as well. This was a good match. I liked it. Jacob Fatu got the win. I thought ACH put up a good fight, but Fatu looked good as always. He's a beast. Fatu basically ended up doing that huge moonsault off the top rope to get the win. After the match, up on the stage, Jacob Fatu said the country will always remain on top. As the boy takes the microphone, 2 of the Sentai Death Squad members hit the boy and Fatu with their flags. Simon Gotch and Miles Kruger run out. The 2 Sentai Squad members run off, reveal themselves as Jordan Oliver and Myron Reed from Injustice. They talk country unit from the other side of the ring before the show concludes. So there you had it. It was Myron Reed and Jordan Oliver posing as Sentai Death Squad members. I thought that was funny. Nice little payback on Contra. So that's how MLW went off the air. So it was a good episode of MLW. I'd give it maybe a 6 out of 10. So another good solid week of wrestling. I liked it. Yep. And we're also going to see for all the New Japan people what's going to happen with Jay White. They did pull him off of the New Japan roster. But I still feel like this whole thing is a work, and Jay White's going to stay in New Japan, so we'll have to see how that goes because they said he's advertising future events. So we'll have to see where Jay White goes, but I still feel like he's going to stay in New Japan. Yep. So that's all for this week. I hope you guys liked my reviews. I hope everybody's doing well, staying safe. Happy wrestling. See you next time. Bye.